Uh, Dear students, we have been studying about the nomenclature of organic compound. So if you look into the names of the organic compound, we find there are two types of name for the organic compound. One is known as the common name, another is known as the IUPAC name. For IUPAC, we can write International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. We have common names which are also known as the trivial names, and these names are generally obtained from the source from which the chemical or organic compound is obtained, or it depends upon the various characteristics, or it depends upon the material which we use, which in which the organic substance is found that we use in our daily life. So let us first look at the various examples of the common names, my dear students. So let's move forward and understand about it. Uh, See or examples of common names. The first example that we want to study about is CH4. The CH4 is known as methane. Then, my dear students, we have the next name, that is normal butane. So this is how you can see CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. This is what it is known as normal butane. We will call it normal butane. Then, my dear student, we have the next one, which is known as the isobutane. So it is CH3, CH3H, CH3. This is what it is known as isobutane. Then, my dear students, we have the next one, fourth one. That is what it is known as neopentane. This is what it is known as neopentane. So this is how, my dear student, we give the various names. Then, my dear students, we have the fifth one. The fifth one is known as normal propyl alcohol. So it is, CH3, CH2, CH2OH is known as normal propyl alcohol. But if we have this one, this is what it is known as isopropyl alcohol. Then, my dear students, we have the next one, HCHO, which is known as formaldehyde. If we have HCOOH, we will call it formic acid, my dear students. Then let us look at some more names. Let me draw some lines so that we can write the other names. So let's have the ninth one. That is, you know, CH3 COOH, which is acetic acid. Then we have the 10th one, CH3COCH3, which is acetone. Then we have the 11th one, which is CH3CHO, which is also known as acetaldehyde. Then we have the 12th one, CH3 CH2COOH, which is known as propionic acid. Then, my dear students, we have 14th one, that is CHCl3, which is chloroform. So we can write CHBr3 as a bromoform, CHI3 as a iodoform. Then, my dear students, we have the next one, that is 15th one. If we have CCl4, we will call it carbon tetrachloride. This is also the common name. So these are the various common names that we can study about, my dear students. Let us study some more examples. So here we have some more examples. This C6H6, or this substance, which simply leads to this. This is what we call it as a benzene. Then, my dear students, if we have this benzene, and that has got OH, it is known as phenol. If we have benzene, and that has got NH2, we'll call it aniline. Then, my dear students, if we have benzene with OCH3, we should call it anisole. If we have benzene And that has got COCH3. We should call it acetophenone. Then there are some more, my dear students, that if we have benzene that has got CH3 on it, we call it toluene. Then if we have benzene, then we have two OH group on it. This is what we call it as a quinol. If we have benzene, if we have CH3 and OH, we'll call it metacresol. So this is how we should learn the various names. For example, if we have benzene and then CN on it, we will call it benzene. So these are the various names which are common names that we should remember and we should study about the organic compounds. Now let's move forward and understand the next type of nomenclature, which is known as the IUPAC nomenclature. So now we know that there is an institution. This institution is known as International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry is known as collectively IUPAC. So collectively we call it IUPAC. IUPAC determines the names of the newly invented compounds and give a systematic approach for the nomenclature. So IUPAC determines the names of newly synthesized or research compounds and gives us the systematic way to study The nomenclature of compound. See, the name of the organic compound is made up of three parts. I have already informed you about this. These three parts are the prefixes plus word root plus suffix. So let me explain this to you, my dear student. How does it really works? Suppose if you have any compound that is CH3, CH, CH2, CH, CH, CH3. This CH has got OH, this CH has got Br, and this CH has got CH3 with it. So this is how we understand about the uh, organic compound. Now if you really look into this, this is what it represents, the parent chain. Parent chain. Or from this word root comes. Now if you look into this, my dear students, this part, this part is known as a functional group. And from this functional group part, my dear students, the suffix come. And then, my dear students, these two parts are known as these two parts. These two parts are known as branches. These two parts are known as branch. or this is what we can call it as a less prior functional group. And this too gives us the prefixes. So prefixes comes from the branch or less prior functional group. The parent chain will give us the word root and this functional group will give us the suffix. So now if we really want to give the name to this compound, this is how we give the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here the number is given in such a way that the function group has got the priority. So function group has got second number. So it's a 2-hexanol. This is 2-hexanol, which is having on third we have bromo and on fifth we have methyl. So this is 2-hexanol, which is having 3 bromo, 5 methyl. So let us write the name. The name is this 3 bromo, 5 methyl hexanol, 2-hexanol, sorry. And here we can easily identify that this part is prefix, 2-hexane is your word root, and all is suffix. So we can write it this way. This is prefix, this is word root, and this all is suffix. So this is how, my dear students, we understand about the name of the organic compound. Let us understand the various rules to write the names of the various organic compounds. So let's move forward and understand the names of the some of the organic compounds. Now, the nomenclature of alkanes, which are straight chain hydrocarbon. So let us study the nomenclature of straight chain hydrocarbon. Let us first start with the first 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. So if we have the general formula that we can write it CnH 2n plus 2, my dear students, and then we have, CH4, C2H6, C3H8, C4H10, C5H12, C6H14, C7H16, C8H18, C9H20, C10H22, and then we have C20H42 and C30H62. Let me write the names for these compounds, my dear students. This is what we can write it as a methane. Then we have ethane, This is propane. Then we have butane. Then pentane, hexane, heptane, octane, nonene, decane, icosane, and triacantane. Now, my dear students, what happens when these alkanes have, these are all known as alkanes. These alkanes, when you remove one hydrogen from them, they will give you the alkyl group. So let us study about the alkyl groups. Uh, but remember, these alkyl groups are for the linear chains only. So here, from this you will get CH3, here C2H5, C3H7, C4H9, C5H11, C6H13, and the names we will write it as, this is what it is going to be: methyl, it is ethyl, and you have propyl, butyl, pentyl, hexyl. These are the alkyl groups which are generally available into the branch. So that is what they generally produces, the prefixes. So this is how, my dear students, we understand the various alkyl groups that can also be produced from these alkanes. So this is how, my dear students, we can have some more. If really want to study about, then let's move forward. If we have C7H15, that is going to be heptyl. If we have C8H17, that is what it is going to be octyl. If we have C9H19 or C10H21, we shall call them nonyl or decyl. So this is way, my dear students, by adding the suffix yl, we can have the alkyl groups from these alkanes. Now there are some abbreviations, my dear students, that we use for the branched chains. So first, let us study about the branched chain hydrocarbons. Branched chain hydrocarbons. So for that we have, my dear students, let me give you some example so that you can understand it well. See, if we have this CH3, CH, CH2, CH3, and CH3. In the trivial name, we will call it isobutane. This is what we will call it, isobutane. But my dear students, here if we give the numbers, and on the second number we have methyl group and total 4 carbon. So according to the IUPAC nomenclature system, we will call it 2-methyl butane. So now you will understand why did we have this various alkyl groups studied into the previous section. Let me give you one more example so that you can understand it well. CH3, CH, CH2, CH, CH3, and you may have here CH2, CH3, and this is here CH3. So, my dear students, here if you look into this, you can have the numbering starting from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, if you start the names giving from here, you may have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So here if you take the sum of the black colored numbering which are having the branches 3 and 5. So with the black color we will have the sum of 3 plus 5. With the brown color we will have the sum of 2 plus 3. This is 2 plus 3, which is going to be 5, and this is what it is going to be 8. So here we got the lowest sum. And we will consider this nomenclature as the correct one. So you can see here that this is your first carbon, this is the second one, this is the third one, this is the fourth one, this is the fifth one, and this is the sixth one. And by according to that, it is 2-methyl. On second carbon we have methyl, and on fourth carbon we have methyl. So it's 2 plus 4, my dear students, that is what it is going to be 6. I made a mistake, but still it is lowest sum. So we can give the name as 2, 4 dimethyl hexane. So as you can see here that we have tried to find out the longest chain, as well as we have tried to give the names according to the lowest sum rule. So there are some rules, my dear students, according to which we can give names to the various organic compounds. These rules have been determined by the IUPAC system. So now let us understand the various rules for giving the name to the organic compounds. Let us study about the various rules for the nomenclature of the organic compound. Various rules for the nomenclature of organic compound. The first rule, my dear students, that we have is the rule which is known as the longest chain rule. The first rule that we want to study about is the longest chain rule. So let me start with one very interesting example, that if we have CH3, CH, CH2, CH3, then we have CH2, CH, CH3 and CH3. So if you look into this, my dear students, we can have this one as one of the chain. We can choose it as one of the chain. Or my dear students, if we look into this, we'll realize that we have here the various numbers of carbons. So let me give the numbers. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 carbon. But my dear students, if we think about this chain, then we'll realize that we have the number of carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 carbon. So here we have 5 carbon and 6 carbon. This is what it is going to be the longest chain. So this is how, my dear students, we write it. So let us show it this way. So let us write the compound once again, that we have CH3, then we have CH2, then we have CH, then again we have CH2, then we have CH, and then we have CH3. Then we have the various branches, like one branch is here, another branch is here. Now you understand it. Now, my dear students, this is what it is known as the longest chain. Then we have the next thing to understand about is the lowest sum rule. So we have chosen the longest chain. Now we want to study about the lowest sum. So let me write the various numbering system. Suppose this is 1 carbon, this is 2 carbon, this is 3 carbon, 4th carbon, this is 5th carbon, and this is 6th carbon. And if we write with the blue pen, then we have the methyl group on 3rd carbon and we have the methyl group on 5th carbon. So 3 plus 5, that gives us 8. Now suppose, my dear students, if I give numbering according to this black color. So if I start numbering from here, this is 1st carbon, this is 2nd carbon, this is 3rd carbon, this is 4th carbon, this is 5th carbon, and this is 6th carbon. So according to the black color, my dear students, we have the branches on 2nd carbon as well as on the 4th carbon. So we have the branch on 2nd carbon as well as on the 4th carbon. That is what it is going to give us 6. So when you look at this, you will find that this is the lowest sum. And that is why this is the correct way to give numbering. Correct way to give numbering. To carbon. Now here both the groups are methyl group. You can see, my dear students, this is methyl group. This is even methyl group. So on the basis of that, we can give the name to the compound. And how do we write the name? The name given to the compound is, we first have the total number of 6 carbons. So first we will write hexane. What kind of hexane is it? On the hexane, we have on second and fourth carbon, 2 methyl group are present. So on the second carbon, on the fourth carbon, we have dimethyl groups. So it is 2,4-dimethyl-hexane. This is how, my dear students, we can give the name to the compound. So what do we understand up till now is this, that first we need to, step 1, determine longest chain, and step 2, give proper numbering to the longest chain carbon. So this is how we understand the first 2 steps, my dear students. Let us understand these first 2 steps with some more examples, my dear students. Let me explain the first 2 steps with some more examples. Let us try to study. Let me determine, or let us discuss one more compound, my dear students. Suppose this is the compound that we want to give name to it. So what is the step number 1? The step number 1 is to identify longest chain, my dear students. So we need to identify the longest chain here. Let us first start, or we will have to try many others. So if we start from here, we may have one chain here. Or, my dear students, we can have one more option, that we may go in this manner. Or, my dear students, we can even think about this. Or, my dear students, we may even think about this one. So let us find out which one is the longest one. Let us go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 carbon. Let us go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 carbon. Let us go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now let us go this way, my dear students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here you can see that this 9 carbon one is the longest one. So let me write it once again, my dear student, for you, that we have CH3, CH2, CH, CH, CH2, CH, then we have CH2, CH2, and CH3. So this is our parent chain. All the others are branches. So you can see that one branch is here as a CH3. The another branch is here, my dear students, which is CH2, CH3. Then the third branch is here, my dear student, that is CH2, CH3. So this is how we have the various branches. Now if we look into the branches and give them the names, what we realize is this is what it is: ethyl with 2 carbon. This is what it is: methyl. And this is what it is also known as the ethyl. Now if you look into the alphabetical order in prefixes, you will realize that, in alphabetical order, ethyl comes before methyls. So ethyl is written before methyl. This is the first rule that we come to know. Now let us try giving the numbers. So we use two different ways. Let us start giving the numbers in this manner. So see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And for this, if we take the sum, then we have the branches on 4, 6, 6. So we have the branches on 4 plus 6 plus 6, that is 16. Now if we give the numbers in this manner, my dear student, then what will we have? Let us look at. Suppose we give the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then here we have 2 times 4, so it's a 4 plus 4 plus 6, that is 14. So now you can see that the green color way, the way which is green color, the numbering given is correct because it is the lowest sum. And thus, my dear students, now we can write the compound in this manner. So let me write this compound. This is CH3, CH2, then we have CH, CH3, CH2. This should also be CH2, my dear students. I have just made a small mistake. It is CH2. Then we have CH, then CH2, then CH, then CH2, CH2, CH3. We have started giving number from here, so we'll write the numbers this way. This is first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth. And then we have the various branches. So let us show the branches on the fourth carbon. If you look into the fourth carbon, my dear students, this fourth carbon should be C. The fourth carbon should be C, my dear students, because it has got two branches. So the fourth carbon should be C, and this C has got one methyl and another is ethyl branch. So on the C carbon we can represent the methyl as well as ethyl branch. So here we have CH3 and here we have C2H5. At the same time on the sixth carbon we also have C2H5 as a branch. So now we have this compound with us. We can see that we have 9 carbons, so we can write the name as a nonane. What type of nonane we have? We need to write ethyl before methyl. So here we have ethyl group on 4th and 6th carbon. So we can write it 4,6 diethyl. Again you have 4-methyl nonane. So we'll write it nonane in this way. 4,6 diethyl 4-methyl nonane. So this is how, my dear student, we write the name for any compound. I hope you have understood it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Let's move forward and understand some more examples so that we can understand it better. Suppose we have compound of this type, CH3, CH, CH2, 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 CH, and CH3. Let me again do a little change, my dear student, that let me have this compound little bigger in size. So let it be CH2, CH2, CH3. And here you have methyl, and here you have ethyl, CH2, CH3. Now, my dear students, we want to give numbering. So let us give numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We can give even numbers in this way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now let us make sum with the red one. So with the red one, the sum is 4 plus 8. 4 plus 8, my dear students. 4 plus 8, that is 12. With the purple one, we will have 3 plus 7. That is going to be 10. So this is the lowest sum, and thus this way of numbering is correct. And now we can write the name. As we have 10 carbon, it is decane. We know that on the on the third carbon we have methyl group, and on the seventh carbon we have ethyl group. According to the alphabetic order, we will write 7 ethyl, 7 ethyl, 3 methyl, decane. So this is how, my dear students, we can write the name of this particular compound. Now let us understand one very interesting case. If you look into this, my dear students, let's give the numbering. This is the longest chain: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we give numbering this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you can see that if we give numbering this way and if we make the sum 3 plus 7, that is going to be 10. Here if we give, here also you can see that 3 plus 7, it is going to be 10. So now we have little confusion that which numbering is correct. So let's look into the name of these branches. This is methyl, this is ethyl. Please understand, my dear students, that we have the same numbering. While we have the same kind of numbering, we have two groups. One is methyl, another is ethyl. Ethyl has got priority according to the alphabetical order. Ethyl has got priority according to the alphabetical order, and that is why where ethyl has got the lowest number, that is why the ethyl has got the lowest number 3, this kind of numbering is given priority. And thus, my dear students, we can write the name of this compound as 3-ethyl 7-methyl nonane. So the name of this compound is going to be, the name of the compound is going to be 3-ethyl 7-methyl nonane. So please understand, my dear students, that when we have the same sum, so when we have the sum of the numbering is also same, then again the priority is given to the alphabetical order, and then the names are given according to that priority. So here, my dear students, we have studied about the two major rules. These two major rules, let us, or three major rules, my dear students, we can say that we have studied. Which are those three major rules? The first rule that we have studied was the longest chain rule. We have studied about the longest chain rule that tells us that we need to first determine the longest chain from the longest chain of carbon from the compound. Then, my dear students, we need to give numbering. So the next thing that comes, that is what it is known as the numbering. In the numbering, we have the very important rule that the priority is given to the most prior functional group if functional group like CHO, COOH, etc. has carbon, this carbon should be C1 or given number 1 as priority. So while numbering, the priority is given to the functional group, my dear students. Then the priority for branches, that is what we need to understand. Priority for branches, that may be, an alkyl group or the functional group with lower priority. So for that we have the new rule which we call it as a lowest sum rule. In this lowest sum rule, my dear students, in the longest chain, try various ways to give numbering. Compare the sum of numbering branching carbon and determine the correct way of numbering as the lowest sum we get for the numbering given to branches. This is what I have already explained to you, my dear students, that we determine the numbering. Now there is one more criteria that we need to understand, and that criteria is interesting to study, my dear students. If the position and numbering are same in a compound, then the branch with prior alphabetical order should be given priority and numbering is done giving priority. Numbering is done giving priority to the prior alphabetical branch. Example, ethyl is given priority against methyl this way. So that is what we have done, and this is how, my dear students, we do the numbering to the various compounds. I hope this is understood to you, my dear students. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. In the next period, my dear students, we will study how to give the name to the compound if we have a very long branch. So till now we have studied the branches which are available up to methyl or ethyl. But what if the branch is longer? Then how can we give name to the various compounds? That we will study into the next period, my dear students. I hope you have been you are enjoying the studies, and I wish you more and more happy learning, my dear students.